This I'm excited about. This is from Curtis Cab. It is a module to be able to run all of your accessories. I'm putting on 2 work lights in the front of the cab and a dome light. You're able to tie your wipers in, tie your heater in. If you've got a rear wiper, that can also go on. They also give you, if you can see this, some little name placards that you're able to put out as well, so you can tell what you're turning on and off. We're gonna be wiring this so that it's only gonna be powered when the key is on. So let's go through the installation right now, do this together. Thank you so much for joining us. All right, so what I've chosen to do is to use the existing nuts and bolts that hold the top of the cab onto the windshield. And I've mounted one on each side, and just gonna tighten those down now. So I've got a 5mm Allen screw and a 13mm socket. And I'm just gonna snug these up. All right, so up here is where I'm gonna mount the module. They give you this bracket, and again, you're using the bolts from the cab. And then over here, I've got a dome light. So I've got positive and negative for each accessory coming out. And now it's a question of wiring them into this module. And I'll show you where we're gonna go for power. We're not gonna go to the battery. We're gonna make this switched so that it only comes on when the key is on. Now, here's where we're gonna go for power. And I'll show you how I access this in a moment. So you've got 3 leads right here. The first one is your ground, and the middle one comes straight from the battery. It's power all the time. The top one is switched, so it only comes on when the key is on. Now, if you notice, I've got the cowling off, and you've got your 2 clips, and the cowling pulls off. However, the problem that I knew that I was going to have was because of the cab. However, when you go around the front, you'll see that you've got some bolts that are easily moved or removed. They're just thumb screws. This comes out. Best just to open the window as well when you're getting the cowling out. And if you see here on the ground, I've got the cowling sitting there. Now you can see these are the connectors that they give you. These are coming off of the work lights. This is off of the dome light. What I'm going to be doing is cutting these because, again, I've got to get over to where the module is going to be mounted. So we'll put some butt connectors on those and then find some power. I wanted to show you this. Again, I'm trying to utilize the bolts that they've got in the cab. And you can see I've got this one right here. What I had to do in order for this to fit, and using this bolt over here, is to actually slide it underneath this pedestal. I did that and it worked fine. Here's the wire coming from the other work light that we're going to splice and put butt connectors on as well. All right, so what I've got to do is I've got to get power. I'm going to grab it here, and it's going to come up to the module. It'll be mounted there. So what I've done is gone right behind this harness, and I fished it with a coat hanger, and I've got the wire attached now, and I'm going to go around the other side and pull it through. All right, and we're through. So again, now we're going to go straight up to the module, and that's going to be our main power and ground. So my plan is coming out behind the harness, I'm going to come here and probably straight across and then up the post. That's the plan. Okay, so this is the back of the module. You've got power coming in. You're also supposed to run a jumper from position 1 and 2. There are 10 positions altogether. Position 10 is your ground. I use these little fork connectors. They seem to work the best because using rings and taking these tiny little screws out, you got to have little tiny fingers for it. It just was not working for me. Okay guys, here's where we're at. We've got the power going up to the switched section and the ground going to ground. And coming up, we've got the dome light mounted. This is the back of where the one work light comes in. And up here is where the second one comes in. This is the fuse box, the fuse block I should say, and power's running down here. Actually it comes in, let's see if I can get you over here. It comes in right here. I'm going to tuck it behind this part of the shroud and come up behind the heater, and then all this is going to get wire loomed. I don't mind telling you, it wasn't fun, but it's done. Everything works. All right, so the final routing coming. This is the dome light coming across with the loom to the module. I'll give you guys an idea what that looks like lit up. The module is backlit, so the front lights are on. Dome light is on, and loom coming down the post and out there. So the it is rather involved in the fact that you've got to loosen a bunch of bolts on the front of the cab to get this shroud out, but it's not that bad. It really is not. Let's let you take a look at it, what it looks like with the lights working. Yeah, pretty blinding. I'll go over to the side. By the way, the smoke is not because I caused an electrical fire. The smoke is because the kerosene heater ran out of fuel, and it smokes when it does that. And you can see how it illuminates the cab as well. So D-O-N-E, done. Well, that's it for today, guys. I enjoyed it. I hope you guys did too. I hope you found some of this information useful. I am looking forward to the first time plowing. You can take a look at the lights on the back of the garage door. Not a bad project. I'm glad it's done. I know nothing about electrical, and where I struggled, I just used common sense. God bless you all. Please subscribe. Please give us a thumbs up. That's what YouTube really uses to get our videos seen. If you like the content, love for you to subscribe. And thank you so much to those of you that has subscribed. We'll be back again. Thank you for joining us on Tractors in Life.